Hey, once upon a time I used to ride in bridges around Ocean City and Atlantic City, New Jersey. And many of those bridges are built with these huge heavy beams laid out to make the roadway. There were heavy beams that went side to side on pilings. When you rode over them, they would go clickety-click, bump, bump. And there was this one bridge that went from Ocean City to Atlantic City, and I practically had the rhythm down. I could actually sing it. Bump, bump, boom, boom, bump, bump, boom, boom, ta-da-da, choo-choo, ta-da-da-ta-ta, bump, bump, boom, boom. Because we went over it so many times. Now, the story of the Gandy Bridge, which is what we're traveling over, the story of the Gandy Bridge is so cool because Mr. Gandy, look at those Gulf clouds, Mr. Gandy, he just had this idea he could build this bridge in the early automobile era straight across this, whatever it is, 7 or 11 mile stretch. And they all thought he was nuts and he couldn't do it. But he just got his stuff together, started hammering pilings and had a whole crew, and they just started building and building and building and building and building. And I forget when it opened. I think the opening day was 1920 or something like that. And they say that he was so happy to have finished the bridge, he used to sit there at the toll booth and just watch the money roll in for years and years. But then, of course, the government took over the bridge because they decided it should be for all people and not for a toll. And there have been many Gandy Bridge constructions. Sadly, they took down this old bridge section that you used to be able to ride your bike on. They turned it into the Gandy Bridge Friendship Trail, which had such a nice name to it, but they actually removed it. I mean, probably somebody got them some big mega bucks contract to take it out. It wasn't really in that scary situation. So, while we're riding in this car, the driver tells this story about how his brother used to work at a what?
Fish camp.
At a fish camp, where?
At the east end, to the right, to the south. Inlows, I-N-L-O-W-S, Inlows Fish Camp.
Inlows Fish Camp, and his brother was what, 10 years older, 5 years older?
5 years older.
5 years older than him, and so around what years was he driving over the Gandy?
I was 11, that'd be 62, 1962.
Okay, back in 1962, when they went over that bridge that we just passed over, it was wooden.
Yep.
And this guy, our driver, was a little kid and would ride in the back seat, and it would go bump, bump, clack, clack, boom, boom. So we've got two people who have watched the removal of the wooden bridges from the causeways, beaches, and shores of America. Now they're all prefabricated, safe, strong, poured concrete and rebar shipped in from factories. That was the Gandy Bridge run.